There's only one way to survive, and that is to conquer!
Find out who's responsible and have them killed.
Assassin! Assassin!
Where does it come from? Immortality. And if I do not have it, who does? How big is this supposed to be? How big is this going to be?
Your divine son speaks! Here I am! First Emperor of China!
What we knew from these early stories, from these legends, was the tale of a person who seemed from those sources to be larger than life, almost impossibly large as a real figure, as an historical figure. Even though we knew that, of course, he had indeed accomplished the unification of the empire. How did he do it? How did it come about? How could such an enormous historical personage exist?
Here I am! Oh heaven! Your divine son speaks!
We see the first emperor from many different perspectives, and we're able to sort of recreate the first emperor from the position of his high officials, from those who tried to assassinate him, from the kings who fought against him, even the ordinary person in the street. It's an entire world that Sima Qian has recreated for us. But for 2,000 years, all we had was this text.
If an individual could take with him in death 6,000 figures at first, and then it grew to 7,000, and finally to 8,500, and as of the present date, it's even larger, and we don't really know how many figures were created. Then we began to see that yes, there was some truth to these stories.
It's kind of like finding the real Camelot, except that it is, of course, 1,000, 10,000 times more interesting and more detailed and more fascinating.
If someone could be responsible for a burial complex of that size, of that enormity, then yes, all of this now suddenly rings true.
Majesty, the king is dead. Long live the king!
My dear boy, I'm so sorry. But you must be strong now. We are here for you.
Majesty, it would be my honor to serve you as Prime Minister.
Let's not talk about these things tonight. But you should confirm Uncle Liu Buwei as your prime minister as soon as you can. We all think it's for the best. Sleep now. Good night.
I shall serve you and guide you as a father. You will get him to do it tomorrow, won't you, my dear?
Be patient.
Then why should we wait? This is our time to rule. All I need is his appointment.
Trust me. Good night.
I never expected rats in a royal palace. But then, why not? Drawn by the chance of an easy meal, conditioned by fear, control the food and the fear, and you control the rat. Same everywhere.
We are the strongest state within the seas. By taking advantage of our own strengths and the weaknesses of our enemies. Surely, with the power Qin has at its disposal, it would be possible to completely wipe out the feudal lords, uniting the whole world under one rule. This kind of opportunity, sire, only comes once in 10,000 years. Yet destiny rarely ever creates a man great enough to take advantage. But I believe the great ruler is you, Majesty, and the time is now.
Well, you've won! And the day is yours! And this is yours! You want to know what to do with it? There's only one way to treat weakness, and that is to exploit it. There's only one way for Qin to survive, and that is to conquer.
这个工作是不容易的。
就是非常。1978年就开始画的，那排列的，相见排列。
这样的。
这个呢，总共是38路纵队的。
对呀。The people who made these figures and arranged them were following real military procedures. So this really represents what the Qin army looked like. This gives us an idea of Qin military formation and the way in which the Qin army was actually put into the field. This notch here in the sword shows us that this is a sword that was actually used. This was a sword that was wielded by an actual soldier. Professor Yuan has explained to me that this remarkable weapon is longer than any sword that existed before the Qin dynasty started to make these, significantly longer. Oh, a Qin halberd, part of the bronze assembly at the top of the halberd.
对，
这个有文字吗？
你看文字
啊，这是什么？
很长的文字。
很长的文字，这个是什么文字吗
5年，相邦吕不韦造。
This has an inscription. What it says is that in the 5th year of the King of Qin's reign, the Prime Minister of State, Liu Buwei, had this halberd made. That's a guarantee of its quality and that it was made to a standard so that he himself was being held accountable for the effectiveness of the weapons that the soldiers were carrying into battle.
Hello. Hi. 过来，过来，过来，过来，过来，来这边跟我坐。来。哎呦 ，You are so heavy. Come in. So you think you'll make a good king?
Yes.
Majesty.
Lu Buwei. Go. Come back later.
What is it?
The royal seals are missing, Majesty. The ones used by military commanders. I strongly recommend that we put all palace and regional forces on high alert.
Really?
Lao Hai has disappeared. It seems he may have taken the seals. If he is able to mobilize troops, the state could be at risk.
Why would he do that? Why would a Marquis threaten us?
What could he hope to achieve?
I don't know, Majesty.
What would a eunuch do with the throne? Even if he had it, who on earth would he leave it to? Eunuchs don't have successors, do they, Lu Buwei? Except, of course, this one does. 2 pretenders to the throne, courtesy of my mother. Some eunuch! Now, if you don't mind, I think we have a rebellion to crush. He said he did it for you.
You've executed him.
No, not yet. But I think you should come and say goodbye to Amherst Mr. Lau before we take care of him.
I'm not going to let my boys say that.
Of course not, Mama. Just you. The boys, they can stay. Come, Mama. Why didn't you tell me?
About Lao Ai.
About Lao Ai, Lu Buwei.
I'm not the first queen to take a lover.
You've done more than that, Mama.
绑好，快点，快点，快点绑好！那边，后面，给我穿好！快快快！夹鸡巴勒呀！绕！快快快，都接着压开！
And the boys?
Lai knew you see them as a threat.
They are not. Not now. Looking for forgiveness, Lu Buwei?
Yes, for your mother.
But perhaps you should have thought a bit more carefully about who she slept with.
Then you would not be here.
How dare you speak to me like that?
As any father would dare speak to his son. To tell him the truth. I can forgive her. Can you forgive us?
I can. And we'll do what is right for the King of Qin. If I choose to show mercy, then it is only the judgment of a ruler. Nothing more. The Prime Minister is exiled from the king, his son, and the king's mother. Bring it up. Bring me his gift and let him wait outside.
Where are you? Where? A bunch of headless chickens? Farmers?
Good. Very good. How big is this supposed to be? Well, it's a simple question. How big is this supposed to be?
这个是比较完整的，这个就有破一点的，比方说这个是比较完整的，这个呢？ He felt that in death, that the spirits of his enemies might actually attempt to attack him, and so he needed a spirit army. These clay soldiers whose very substance would last forever, he would need them in order to protect him from these spiritual enemies that he'd had before.
做精致磨叽。
但是这个片儿也要那个啥，刚一开始弄的厚
度要大。这基本上想这么破这个片儿。
哎，段庆波。
哦，
你好，
你好，你好，
近来怎么样啊？
挺好的，挺好的，你好，欢迎。
When we look at Chinese historical texts, it's unprecedented that we would find or know about stone armor. And in fact, the belief of Mr. Duan and his team and their colleagues is that the burial of this stone armor may have had something to do with the rituals surrounding worship of the spirits of dead soldiers who suffered violent deaths, whose bodies then could not, were torn apart, could not undergo the proper kinds of burial rituals. They didn't have, in the Chinese definition of things, a happy death. So something had to be done for them, because otherwise they might become vengeful spirits. They might turn against the first emperor himself. So here, in this pit, something is being provided for them. 这个吧。
这也是有不同的铠甲，那这也是一顶头盔。
啊，这个也是头盔。
头盔，这是的。
我这个在哈头上，这个。
就是在这个下边铠甲。
It's a mighty weapon, tremendous power. The power comes from the bow. This is a composite structure made of horn and sinew, and that gives a really powerful spring. The real key to this is the trigger mechanism, the secret to how the whole thing works. It's incredibly ingenious. So what we've got here is a weapon that will give us range, a weapon that will deliver energy, deliver power, deliver thump into the enemy.
Your Majesty, of old, there were the celestial sovereign, the terrestrial sovereign, and the great.
Am I not the first great sovereign emperor, august ruler of the whole of China? Or am I missing something?
Majesty, your vision humbles and inspires us. It shall be so.
And my son will be the second divine emperor, and his son the third, and so on to 10,000 generations.
Your Majesty,
He called himself Qin Shi Huang. Literally translated, this means he was the first august god of the Qin. He regarded himself not only as a deified figure, but as an initiator, a creator, someone who was beginning a long lineage. And so, with the help of his chief minister, Li Si, the first emperor, Qin Shi Huang, put in place a system of governance that would long outlast him.
Most illustrious divine august emperor, the feudal lords are destroyed. May we recommend that the sons of the imperial household be established as the new feudal lords to rule the new territories of your great empire. Otherwise, we have no means of control to further your divine purpose. May it please His Majesty to give his consent?
Li Su.
This is insane. We have spent centuries enduring endless warfare at the hands of the feudal lords. And now that we finally put them down, we want to create more of the same?
But these will be members of the imperial household.
Exactly. The only force in 1,000 years that has been able to create peace is the divine power of the emperor. There must be no loyalty but to the emperor, and his divine power must be executed in the most efficient way possible through officers who have no other interests except to fulfill his divine order. Without this, the chaos and warfare will return, which, of course, we do not want.
Excellent. He is right. The Minister for Justice is right. I shall personally appoint 6 governors for the 6 commanderies of the empire, 36 in all, which of course is 6 times the number of the states I have conquered. Ah, did I mention 6 is my favorite number?
If you look at the punishing system in the Qin legal system, then physical punishments that include mutilation, tattooing, for example, tattooing the body, tattooing the face, cutting off parts of the limbs, these were traditionally among the most severest punishments. For example, there's one provision here that says if you have 2 people, text is fornicate, then
they ought to be sent off to the market, which is a polite way of saying that they will be beheaded on the market square. So even private life here is part of sort of the tentacles of Qin law, now to be universally applied to everybody who was a subject, of this new world order called the Qin Empire.
The burial mound it turns out, is in fact at the center of an enormous necropolis, an above ground and underground city for the first emperor. It would provide him, it would continue to provide him with all of the trappings of power, with all of the protection that someone of his status required.
"令将作计，怒时有所权尽者，既设之。" The emperor sent more than 700,000 convicts to dig down through 3 rivers and fill it with bronze.
On the floor of the vault, there was created a map of his entire empire, all of China.
He had artisans stick jewels into the ceiling to represent the sky, the cosmos above.
The streams, the ocean, the text said, were filled with quicksilver, with liquid mercury.
He had some kind of machine which circulated that mercury to imitate the actual flowing of the waters.
That it would be a kind of water clock, a machine, and that as long as it kept running, the emperor would continue to exist in his enclosed world.
开家可值班吗？在？没有，我这个在哪？
这怪兽马上就走，你看是个多少？马外虎吧，人家这是个怪兽。我接的好像不丑嘛。有啥这样可以，这个就可以，这个这石头，都是这样。
再上一个，再上来。 竖花绳。对，快，胳膊可以，
提起来，
下这都直。竖光下。
带到市场。啊，
那是什么？
到了夯层了。
啊，到了夯土。啊，
这是下边是个夯层那个底面。
Samples of this sort enable us to see the supporting structure, the rammed earth structure that's supporting the entire mound. But of course, what really interests us is what is the burial like. So, if the legend about the emperor having placed in the base of his tomb a map of all of China, of all of his empire with rivers of flowing mercury, if that legend is true, then we can expect that a test of this soil will tell us whether or not it's true, will either provide us with corroboration or won't.
No. I will live on. I will live on.
Majesty.
待会儿再回来。Have you got it?
Yes, Majesty.
Will it work?
Majesty, all the world's alchemists agree that Mercury is highly indicative of increased longevity.
How increased?
Sire, as with sex, given the right application, it can help. A lot. How much longer one can expect to live is not guaranteed.
And what is? Where does it come from, Zhu Fu? Immortality. Where can it be found? Why do I, the first divine sovereign emperor of the whole of China, not have it? And if I do not have it, who does?
Sire, there is a legend of a place where the immortals live. A series of islands called Panglai, where we believe the immortals reside forever. There are 2 types of elixir, one to restrain the flight of the hung soul upon death.
Find them.
Majesty?
You will go there, find them, and bring them back to me. And then you will personally administer them to me.
Majesty. But the whereabouts of the islands are unknown, and I have no means to get there, even if I knew where to go.
Give him whatever he needs.
Yes, Majesty.
This is an Imperial mission, and my missions do not fail.
No, Majesty.
Do you believe me?
Yes, Majesty.
Go.
这边准备好了吗？你们那个，这批，这个。
Take it away.
To the ancient mind, it must have seemed like a supernatural substance. There was nothing like it. I mean, the natural inclination is to think it has some power, that maybe if you took it into your body, then it would pass this magical property onto you and even perhaps help you prolong your life. The more he took it, in whatever form he was taking it, the more dangerous it was going to become. As more and more mercury is absorbed into the body, then it begins to attack the nervous system. So slowly you'll get a slight tremor, and that will get worse and worse. But the damage that's really being done to your body is in the brain. Begin with, you become talkative. Later on, you become slightly aggressive. People became very confrontational. They were obsessed with being watched. But eventually, of course, it becomes total paranoia.
This is from Gangju. Directly from Gangju. Well, how do they know where I am? Well, find out who's responsible and have them killed.
Here I am! Oh heaven! Your divine Son speaks! You see? The world is united at last! I erase doubt, establish law. I punish disorder and bring calm to the four corners of the earth. And now, all under the sun and the stars are of one mind. Mine. All guided by one single will. Mine! And one day, I shall be gone. I shall be gone. I shall be gone. Li Su? I have a fallen star. Do you know what it means?
No, Majesty.
This is a divine message. There will be no after Qin Shi Huang.
Majesty?
You don't suppose that I'm just gonna die?
Of course not. We are searching for the elixirs of Peng La.
Su Fu failed, didn't you know that? Never came back. I sent the spies to find them, and do you know what they said to me? They couldn't find the island because their way was blocked by a race of giant fish.
Majesty, we will move heaven and earth.
All right. Li Su, I had a dream about a sea god in human form. Me. I am the sea god. I've ordered the armorers to build me a giant crossbow so I can hunt the fish. How big do you suppose they are?
In the sea.
Yes, that's where they live. Forward, soldiers. Steady. That's right. All right, let me down here. Okay. Give me the crossbow. Ha! I'm here! Coming for you! Ah! I am the first sovereign emperor of the whole of China! Emperor Qin Shi Huang. And now I command you to let my people pass! Over there! Li Su! Over there! East! East! Steady! I got it! Li Su, you see that? I got one! Wow! Yo! Two! Li Su!
Majesty. Majesty. Professor Yuan thinks that the death of this individual is very much linked with the struggle for succession after the death of the first emperor. What is remarkable is that there's an arrowhead embedded in the base of the skull, here, behind the ear. It looks as if this is a person who was shot at close range. That means, of course, that this was no accident. This was an assassination. By tradition, the successor should have been the first emperor's oldest son, but several members at the court conspired to have a more junior member of the family succeed to the throne. After the junior member became the second emperor, he then saw to it that those who had opposed him, his brothers, his sisters, more distant relatives who were all members of the Qin Imperial house, all of them were then killed.
这是2阳药店。
就是这东北角呢最强，
对，
其次呢是南大小和邢台。
Oh, this is an extremely interesting map. This concentration here corresponds to Bohai, the sea that we know the first emperor visited in his search for immortality. This concentration in the south and southwest would correspond to the great marshlands, the great wetlands of the southwest, and the Yangtze River. It's just startling, in fact, that one would find, confirmed so neatly, one would find such a striking and exact correspondence between scientific evidence and ancient legend. So, yes, indeed, just as described 2,000 years ago, when the first emperor had his underground palace created, he did indeed have a map of his empire. He did indeed have all of the rivers and seas represented, and those rivers and seas flowed quicksilver, liquid mercury, forever.